Welcome to Tuesday, September 22nd, DP Visual Arts. All right, here's our agenda for today. Oh, look at that. I messed up the formatting. I was in a hurry. We talked about, before we broke, learning outcomes and the vocabulary that are on the coming slides. And we also just did a fun little would you rather. We're going to do a critique today. And you're going to do a little activity. I'll let you go at the end and you'll have time to watch a video and read a little article and do a reflection. And then I'll let you know what your Wednesday work is. Here was our would you rather. You can see that all this in our class meeting presentation for today. Here's our key vocabulary, which is a critique because we are having one today, a place where our work is discussed in a constructed and inclusive atmosphere. And we'll talk a little bit about the parameters of a critique, although most of you have probably already been in one in an art class at Huron before. So here are our learning objectives. Oh, look at that. I was supposed to do a third one, but I didn't need to, or haven't finished it yet. Look at that. Oh my gosh, Miss Tabor. I can participate and contribute in a class critique, and I can answer classmate questions about my artwork. And the third one is supposed to be, I can watch the video and read an article independently and respond. So I apologize. I'll put that in there right after I finish this. All right. So your first activity for today is to participate in the critique, which is to go and load your artwork into the gallery that I have and then ask people questions. So the goal is to try to get as many different questions for people as we can, and then we'll come back to the video and you'll choose one or maybe a couple of questions to respond to with the amount of time that you have. The next part will be the art of letting go, which is what I called this activity, I guess. And it's just basically you're reading an article and watching a little video on some really important themes that are going to keep coming up in our class as we go. And I want you to keep these in mind, and I want this to be the overarching thought about our whole semester, is letting go of this idea of perfection and this idea of, art has to always be a final product. I want you to understand that art is a process, and the process is amazing and beautiful, and it's broken and ugly, and it's never perfect. So we have to let go of perfection. I think I took too long in my life to let go of that, and then I got to college, and my professors were like, they taught me how to not be as much of a perfectionist. And I don't even like it when people label themselves perfectionists, because I think that that's just a cop-out for someone who doesn't learn to let go. And I'm not saying you're copping out if you label yourself as a perfectionist, because I used to do the same thing. I would try to control every little thing that happened in my artwork. And the thing that I learned the most is that when you learn to let go, even more beautiful things can happen, because what do you have to lose? Something weird or ugly could come out of it, and you could say, oh, I tried. I know what I did wrong. Here's what I can do differently. And then you can do the next thing better or take it into your next project. But there's always a way and always a purpose with art. Everything that I draw has meaning, and everything that I write, everything that comes out of my hand, or, how the digital things that I create, the photographs that I take, they all have something. And you think about all the photos that you have in your camera roll that you'll never use. The 5 that you took of your dog, but there's only one that you like, but somehow they all ended up in your Google Photos or wherever you store your photos in your cloud at. And there they are. And there's still meaning to all of that work that you did. That's part of who you are. So I want you to think about this idea of letting go of perfectionism this next couple of weeks before we really dive into the course. We're going to take some time to let go, and then we're going to go into our course and our projects. And I think everybody will be well prepared at this point to have resilience enough to fail at an art project so that you can get back up and try to succeed at it. All right. So that's what this first activity is all about today. It's just for you to go in and read those articles, and each article has a set of questions with it, and you'll just copy those questions and post them into the reflection part of your process journal for this week. And then you'll turn in your process journal at the end of the introduction unit. So just every week, make sure you keep up on all the reflections and put dates on them, and put any photos of work that's in process or work that has finished. And you can also feel free to put videos in too. Although I don't think for process portfolio, for what you'll be turning in for IB, they don't take videos. So for the process portfolio. So, but you could use videos to document, to take snapshots of your artwork throughout your process. So that is an option, I suppose. Anyway, let me keep going here. Wednesday work. So this is an option, but go outside, weather permitting, take your sketchbook outside and just draw what you see. There'll be a little bit more of an explanation in the Wednesday folder, which I am working on getting posted by tomorrow morning. So I hope that everybody has a fantastic time doing this critique, and that we can really gather, good energy on this idea of letting go of perfection and using art as a tool in our lives, not just looking at it as art. Everything has to be fine art. All right.